Welcome to an incomplete guide to personal growth. We invite you to take a breath and take a listen to our podcast that explores the wonder, humor, challenges, and sometimes those self-inflicted wounds on the journey of personal growth.
Our weekly podcast conversations include stories, resources, and tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. We're the mother-daughter duo of Sydney West
and Kelly Arundel.
Feeling lost or a little unfulfilled in life, I think we all have at some point. So I've decided to talk with my mom, who I see as a self-growth guru, about her journey, and hopefully we can gain something for both me and you to become more fully ourselves.
I prefer spiritual humorist, but I'll go with guru for the moment. So join me, Kelly Arundel.
And me, Sydney West.
As we explore the wonders, the humor, the challenges, and sometimes our own self-inflicted wounds on the journey of personal growth.
On our weekly podcast, An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth, we'll have conversations that will provide you with tools that you can use in your own self-growth journey.
The journey of becoming more fully who you are, truly who you are within, is lifelong. And we can only start right where we're at.
Kelly is our resident expert in self-growth, and she'll be sharing her stories, her mistakes, and hopefully some resources with us.
And Sydney will be asking questions that are relevant to millennials and Gen Zers.
So speaking of questions, my first one is, why is personal growth important?
There is a quote that I love, and it's from a French author and poet, so pardon my French, but it's Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and he says, "To live is to slowly be born." And I love that because it's so hopeful to me. Mm-hmm. It means I can continually grow. I'm not stuck in a rut. I have hope for tomorrow when I really screw up today, and I can learn new things constantly.
And then from our listeners' perspective, why are we calling this an incomplete guide?
Because I'm incomplete. No, because it truly, but what we talk about today and say today and our thoughts about today, in 2 weeks, I may have read something or you may have read something that changes my point of view or adds to what I was thinking at that moment. Mm-hmm. So nothing's complete. And what works for me may not work for you. So it's just something of a guide. It's incomplete.
And I think one thing we hope to get across with this podcast is, it's a journey. It's not, cure all, get better quick, anything like that. And we're both on this path with you. And so I just want to give a preview into some of our upcoming topics. They'll kind of touch on community, friendships, relationships, spirituality, what do you need, that sort of thing. So we invite you to take a breath and take a listen.
And hopefully have a few laughs along the way.
An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth, coming Tuesdays to your preferred podcast listening platform. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth. There are many ways you can stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at An Incomplete Guide Podcast, where you can sign up for our email list and get posts that delve deeper into our weekly topics. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast page wherever you listen to your podcasts. We would really appreciate a rating and sharing us with your family and friends.
We're so glad you chose to spend your time with us and hope there was a thought, a resource, or a laugh that you can take on your journey. We'll be here every Tuesday for you to take a breath and take a listen.